Hello, Galina Rivina here, and you're watching Comedy Inc.
That's right, you are. You're watching Comedy Inc., my show. Not her show. It's my show. And this is the season finale.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. And I got a fellow Russian Jew who can really speak to the delicate nature of tattoos on Soviets.
That's all right.
But from what I understand, your mother has been prepped.
She's been prepped.
She's been prepped. She knows
She's
this is happening.
accepted it. She knows it's happening.
Do you think it helps that I'm also Russian and Jewish?
I do think it helps.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like somehow this is anointed by our God?
Yeah. I think she just goes, well, this is what the kids do now.
Well, it is.
It is.
Are you ready for me to stab your arm?
I suppose.
Let's do it. Here we go. Okay, that was nothing.
I was going to say, I didn't feel that.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, not bad, though.
All right.
I was excited to do a not as painful area.
Yeah, because originally you wanted this on the old wrist.
Hand wrist would have been a nightmare.
So the episode right before this, do you know Jared Katzenbaum?
I know the name.
Yeah, he was. We did a tattoo with him, and he did like inside of his like bicep, so like kind of armpit adjacent. And it got a little spicy here and there.
I have the inside of my bicep done, and it didn't hurt at all. Sounds like Jared's a bitch.
Shots fired. I love that. That's what we're going to start doing is every episode I'm going to just tell how the person beforehand didn't sit as well as you are. So why don't we talk about this tattoo a little bit? So I'm tattooing a metal-ass butterfly. And tell us a little bit. So this is the band, right?
Yes,
What is it?
Sleep Token.
Sleep Token.
Yes, they are my favorite band.
They're like a folk band, right? They do like
Hilarious.
They're like country-ish bluegrass.
I think they're considered progressive metal, but there's arguments to be made that they're not metal at all by metal elitists, which like I don't care about that like genre. They really genre bend a lot. The tattoo is for Take Me Back to Eden, which I used to think that I wanted like a lyric from that. Well, technically, this is a lyric from that song, but there's a line in that song that's no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it. And I was thinking about that for a while, but then I also wanted
dangerous.
Yeah, I wanted a butterfly tattoo for like many, many years, even before I knew about Sleep Token. And the chorus of that song is, my, those eyes on fire, I'm a winged insect. And so I was like, let's
I like how you said
combine
insect.
I feel like it goes up in the song, and I was like going to keep going with the chorus. I was singing it in my head.
A winged insect.
You're a funeral pyre.
It's like ye old shoppy.
Totally.
Okay.
And so I was like, how do we make this just really...
And then you did that thing that all tattoo clients do. You took a bunch of elements and shoved them into one image.
Sure did. Yeah, because I was like, how do we make it about lots of other things so that I don't just straight up have like a band tattoo? Because I feel like that's kind of crazy.
No one would know.
No one would know, but I also...
if someone came up to you and was like, wait, is that Sleep Token? And then they like, and you're like, what? And then they start saying the lyrics as you, are we best friends?
That would happen, but
Then you
there's
guys get
also,
married.
I would be able to spot Sleep Token tattoos, and I podcasted with a girl that's for sure already gotten at least one Sleep Token tattoo and plans to get more. So it's like a pretty diehard fandom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Legit though, that's crazy.
It is. I'm going to post this later in the Facebook group where everybody else posts their Sleep Token tattoos, and we call it an offering because the band calls it offerings when you like gift things.
Okay, who wants to tell Galina she's in a cult? You want to take this, Craig, or should I take it?
I know. I know I am fully.
Okay. Look, it's just when you said offering, it's just like there's no way.
That's what it's. They have a song called The Offering, and when they give things to fans, those are called offerings. And then when people tattoo or make art, those are called offerings too.
You know, I was saying this to you earlier before we started filming, but I really think that for how hardcore heavy metal is, they're all such fucking nerds.
Oh, Sleep Token are the biggest nerds.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, we've got a mythology. We've got, you know, like they have all of these lore documents. Like, there's people who like put this stuff together into like tomes of information.
Right. No, they definitely do. They have a song on the new album called Past Self that's just like a sampling of Zelda music.
How do they make that metal?
It's not a metal song at all.
Who's
a lot
showing
of
up
their songs are not metal.
Who's showing up and moshing to this?
It's nobody moshes at their shows. It's not that kind of music.
You know, well, okay. I mean, when I was listening to it in preparation, there was definitely some mosh appropriate moments in the song, but also there was like a rap moment in there too.
Yeah, they do
like
that too.
Sleep Token.
And Take Me Back to Eden has it all.
And even the yodeling I thought was really good.
The yodeling.
Yeah, when he brought the yodeling in, like at about like I think it was at like the 2 minute. I'm kidding. I can't believe you let me keep talking.
No, I'm waiting.
I was like, I'll run this bit until she stops me, and then I'm like, she's not stopping me, guys. She's not stopping me.
If he yodeled, he would be good at yodeling.
That's real fandom right there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you have other tattoos. How many do you have?
This is number 8.
This is number 8. Okay.
Pretty modest amount for someone who's been getting tattooed since they were 16.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even supposed to get tattooed when you're 16. So.
Well, according to the Canadian government.
Wait, in Canada you can get tattoos when you're 16?
No, it's just that when I went, and this was a different time, of course, but my
You're
friends...
not that old. You're like, this was back in the day.
But also, me being 16 was 20 years ago. So border
that's
crossing
fair
into
enough.
Canada was different 20 years ago. My friends and I went, and they basically go, okay, are you 18? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And you can just say yes. And at the time, they were like, fine with it. And this was just some tattoo shop, like on one of those kind of promenades by Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. I don't think they really gave a shit.
Oh, so like super touristy.
Yeah, super touristy.
Yeah, those guys are just dying. They just want some work.
Exactly.
You're just a walk-in with dollar signs. Okay, so when was the last time you got tattooed? Was it, I mean...
2022, I got the little waves that are on my finger, on the arm that you're working on. That guy. I know. It's so small.
Is that what those are? Those are
Yeah,
waves?
they're waves. I
Oh,
chickened
okay, I
out because
see
it
it.
was a finger tattoo, you know?
Yeah, and did it hurt?
No.
No. Okay. The inside of the finger is not so bad, but when you get into the palms and stuff, and it clearly has started to fall off a little bit, as finger tattoos do. One to do.
I think like most of the ink, whatever was retained after it healed stayed pretty well, but there was some that fell off like during the healing process.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's just like a lot of tattoo artists won't even do finger tattoos
I've heard that.
because they just don't want to deal with the touch-ups later. And I
Yeah.
respect that. Like, because you get paid for the tattoo, and then for years afterwards, you're like on the hook for touch-ups.
Oh, who's going and getting touch-ups years after? Do people do that? I've never like thought to get anything touched up.
Oh, yeah, that's like a thing. I mean, like, there's maybe maybe it's because I'm not the best tattooer that some of my tattoos aren't staying. Because that's the other thing is that, like, the oldest tattoo that I've done is only, like, 3 years old.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how my tattoos age. I'm, like, learning that still. Like,
Yeah.
Actually, I don't
You gotta
have...
start somewhere.
Yeah, and the first couple tattoos I did, I can't say that I was, like, incredible. So I was just doing my best. This is, like, my 4th tattoo I've ever done.
Stop it.
Okay.
I would have never agreed to this if I didn't thoroughly vet you.
Well, you know, AI is so easy to use these days. Although AI is very weird when it, like, I've asked AI to generate tattoo designs just because I wanted to see what it would do.
Sure.
I've never used any to tattoo because I feel like that's like, there's like a ethics situation there.
Oh, definitely.
But I definitely, turn your arm just a little bit. I definitely feel like it doesn't quite understand. Like, I think AI treats tattoos like, like if you ask like a 7-year-old to draw a tattoo, it's like something cool.
Yeah, it'll
like
give you like a nautical kind of.
Yeah,
You
like
can get like a pirate face or something, or
because there's so many tattoo images out there
Right.
on the internet that it doesn't know which ones to go for, so it goes for like weird references or like weird amalgamations of stuff that like you wouldn't ever use.
Should we do the ChatGPT logo next?
Oh my God. You'd be the second person to do a ChatGPT thing on this show. When Jenny and I when I did Jenny's Agrinos tattoo, we looked up a bunch of jokes. ChatGPT wrote a bunch of jokes in her voice.
Oh.
And they were...
Was it accurate?
So bad.
Oh.
No, it was like offensive.
I haven't asked it to do it with mine yet, but because I'm afraid that it'll insult me with like, sorry, not enough information.
Oh yeah, no, I know Chat doesn't. Like one time I asked it who Greg Berman is, and it like gave me like a bunch of information that was like kind of close, and I'm like, where did you pull that? And it was like, well, there wasn't enough information about you online.
Wow.
So I
roasted.
So essentially, what he did was he's like, I generated the pattern of other comedians that have been doing comedy as long as you have, and that's how I put together. I'm like, what?
Dang.
So
Can you
rude.
ask it to lie?
What? No. Have you asked it to lie?
No. I know it people pleases. I had an
Does
AI expert on my show. Not to self-promote here, but she told me that it hallucinates all the time, which I knew about the hallucination, but she really underlined like, oh yeah, ChatGPT is meant to people please.
Yeah, of course, because that's how they, like in the end, it's a business, right? Like they're still taking your money.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to really get people to like pay for that subscription?
Some feel-good content.
Yeah, literally a best friend who tells you you're incredible all the time.
Yeah, just glazes you every prompt.
Great question, Greg. I have mine's British because I trust it more.
Oh. That's a trap. Why do Americans fall into that trap of assuming British people are smarter?
Well, I mean, there's a world where many are, okay?
Yeah. But there's something authoritative to, and it's not every British accent because like Cockney accent's absolutely not, but like there's something about the London accent where it just, like if someone tells me something in that accent, I'm like, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, you're right. Because there's something professorial about it.
There really is.
I wonder also if it's like, because we all grew up on Harry Potter and all of those professors.
I think so. I think that's part of it. I think it's like the tweed blazer elbow patches of accents.
I wanted to laugh, but
I know you can't.
But I'm doing like the really delicate antenna, so I have to stop myself. I think sometimes I'll watch back this show, and like when I'm like just watching the episode afterwards, and I like
then you can enjoy it finally.
Well, kind of, and then I like watch myself, and I'm like, oh, Greg, you should have said this thing here. You should have said this thing here, and then I remind myself I'm like doing something very meticulous.
I know
right
it is
now.
funny to be doing like a comedy Inc. show, or because it's like, don't you dare fucking start laughing mid-line, I'll kill you.
All right, well, look, this thing is already looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's not hurting either.
Really?
Yeah.
I could fix that. I'll dig in.
What kind of needles are those?
Wow, that's
dirty.
What brand of needle is that?
so casual.
Listen, I'm a professional.
So this is my favorite.
I was just wondering while I was laying on my Casper mattress, what kind of needle is that?
I'm so glad you asked. As I look through my Ray-Ban Meta glasses at you. Speaking of,
I can see you well because of all the eye nutrients in my AG1.
Hey Meta, start recording. Nice.
Oh.
She's doing it. Okay, so now I'm recording this.
What can you tell?
Nothing. It's just recording.
Oh, it's not giving you any information?
No, not right now.
It'd be cool if those glasses, and maybe there are some and I just don't know about it, but if they like showed you something that nobody else can see looking on, if it like projected something on the glasses for you.
Yeah, they have that. That's called AR. They have like AR versions of it. They're just not that good yet. Like we're not quite at the place where like that technology is good enough. Like I considered that, and in the end, it was like I could get glasses that had some sort of rudimentary version of that, or I could get ones that like were really good at shooting. And I was like, I'd rather let that tech evolve a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're working on doing that with contact lenses. Isn't that crazy?
Oh boy.
Like you wouldn't even know that someone is doing that. But you know what? I wore these to I wore these to a like this dinner that I did for this restaurant. They like wanted me and my girlfriend to come in and be like influencers essentially, and just shoot a bunch of videos and make a reel, whatever for them. So I used these glasses, and like the moment I sat down, I could tell everyone was like, "Oh, I think like I
Well,
can."
because with the light.
Yeah, you can see the little thing.
If the light wasn't on, though, they kind of just, like, at a first glance, it just looks like regular-ass Ray-Bans.
Yeah, right. But you can kind of, but like I think the light is like they did that on purpose to make sure that people know when they're being recorded. Okay.
Would you ever be the type of person that, like, pranks people in public or tries to catch them doing bad behavior because you have those, like not putting shopping carts back and whatnot?
No, that's just not my vibe of content.
I get that.
I don't
I can't believe when people like just are not. It's the opposite of being conflict averse. It's like pro conflict.
Yeah, when like you want to get into arguments. I've been seeing a lot of like TikTok videos of people just like shooting video in the street and like getting all like uppity and in people's face about them shooting video in the street.
Yeah.
Like people are like, "Hey, why are you shooting video?" And they're just like, "'Cause I want to." You got a problem with that? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is this? What is this now we're in? You know, like it's because they're not wrong to just ask. Like they're just being like, it feels sometimes like they're just being inquisitive. Mm-hmm. And then the person's tone is immediately so confrontational that inevitably the other person gets like confrontational, and now there's like a full-blown conflict about like literally nothing.
Literally nothing. Everyone's filming everything all the time.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Sorry, I'm doing like this really important part. Okay, so this is kind of an important tattoo because you're about to move. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I didn't answer your very normal question about what needles I'm using.
Yeah, please.
Sorry. You know, it's funny you should ask what needles I'm using. I'm a real big fan of Bishop Rotary. And I really like Bishop Rotary. Bishop Rotary?
That Bishop Rotary?
Bishop Rotary. They are my favorite needles. And I didn't know that until I tried them. And now I like literally can't use any other needles because I love these so much. And I'm sure you're like, well, what makes them better than other needles? And honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I'm not sure technically what it is, but they just feel so nice to use. It just works so well. Wow, this tattoo is so tiny.
It's just because I'm tiny. It didn't start out.
That's true. Like
tiny.
if your arm was a little bigger,
yeah,
this would be easier to do. Now I'm doing like micro realism over here.
What if my arms get big? What if I just end up with fucking jacked forearms? Is it gonna look weird? Is it gonna stretch? If I just get on roids?
Yeah, you go to Texas and come back like a fucking
like
bodybuilder.
Popeye. Just the one forearm.
I'm switching to a different needle.
Oh.
This one is very small. So you are moving to Texas.
I am moving to Texas.
Tell me about that. Like, what prompted that?
Tax evasion.
Of course.
No. I went there. I went to Austin a few times to do comedy, and after my second trip out there, I was like, oh, I should live here because I was just getting so much stage time there.
Yeah.
And there's way more stage time there than in LA, and the cost of living is like nothing compared to here.
Yeah.
And so I just decided to at least try it for a year and see what happens.
There's a great comedy scene there.
There's a great comedy scene there, and it's kind of gotten to the point with LA where it's like LA is barely even part of the conversation when people are debating like what the best comedy city is. Because there's just way less opportunity here than there was like 5-10 years ago. And I just was getting to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm in career purgatory unless I do something extreme. And I love LA. It wasn't a matter of, oh, I want to leave here. And ideally, I would love to be in both places at once, but I can't. So I need to take a crack at things in Austin.
Sure. I agree with that. Honestly, I think LA is... what I really love about this city is how well... I think this is a really great hustle city. Like people really hustle here because it's so expensive to live here that if you're not hustling, you fall behind.
Right.
It's just too hard to stay in this
Even when
city.
you are hustling, you fall behind.
Exactly. And so that's what I do love because so I'm from Minnesota, and I remember in Minneapolis, like there was definitely a lot of really great talent there, but people just didn't like hustle as much, you know? Like people were a little bit more comfortable. Like
Well, the ceiling is so low.
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, like but the thing is that like the comedy clubs were good, the audiences were great, you know, like it was a really great place to start. But when you really when you really start going for like, you know, like producing like cool shows and really pushing the envelope, there just wasn't as much of that. And it was just, and maybe not in the comedy world so much, I should be clear, because I really do love the comedy scene in Minneapolis, or at least, you know, when I lived there, I don't really know it as much anymore. But in like the film world and stuff, it was just like hard to get people to like be committed to shooting stuff. And
it's not a
here in
priority
LA,
for them there.
there's like a million people who are down to do everything and anything at any time.
Like get tattooed for a show about getting tattooed with comedians.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually curious. I wonder if Minnesota would go for this as easily.
Oh, that's a good question. That's the thing is like, if the stage time didn't feel like it diminished for people at my level of, let's say, influence or reach or, what do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Craig?
No.
She already said that
like,
one. All right. Your mic privileges
Clout. My
are
level
lost.
of clout. Yeah, which is like non-existent, to be honest.
Right.
Because of that, I just don't get as much stage time here. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get better? Because comedy is one of those things, if you're not doing it, you're not going to improve. You're going to, you know, atrophy. And I've just felt myself atrophy as a comedian. And I'm like, nothing breaks my heart more.
I just had this conversation with Craig about that exact thing, about how it's so hard to do stage time here because it's just like the open mics don't feel like you really learn much from them.
No, you really don't. And it's like,
But
they're good when you're new, but when, you know, I've been doing it 11 years, I can't just be surviving on open mics and like 1 or 2 shows a month.
yeah, and also you're probably trying to like feature and stuff. You're probably trying to get out and do the road and do like half an hour sets and stuff, right?
To be able to build that kind of time.
And to do that 5 minutes at a time at a random open mic is just like not for like, it just doesn't make sense.
Absolutely.
It's not real. But Craig made a great argument. And he said that sometimes it's not just about that, it's also about just just general like networking, just being in places and meeting people and working with people, you know.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
And there's such a tight circle of like successful and available people in Austin that I can like cajole with.
Especially if you already have them, yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, I know so many of those people that moved out there over the last 5 years that are like, I mean, let's be honest here. Sorry, everybody. The Rogan sphere. I said it.
Right. But, you know, look, I think like anything else, it's an art form, and it's all about how you use the tools.
Right.
You know, like if it sounds like you're doing that for your career, you know, like you're doing it because you legitimate, and you know, like if people ask you when you start doing comedy, they're like, would you do anything to succeed? You know, and people will say, of course I would do anything to succeed. I moved to LA.
Right.
But sometimes what that actually looks like is moving out of LA.
I know, and that's kind of the thing. Like, I lived here before I did stand-up, so I did not move here for stand-up, but I am moving to Austin for stand-up.
Right. Did you consider New York?
No, because cost of living was a major factor for me. And I do
my
not
God.
like
New
New
York is,
York
like, even
enough.
more
It's more
expensive.
expensive than here, and it's not that I don't enjoy the city, but I would not want to live there unless I was like a multi-millionaire.
That's literally the same.
Yeah. I hear that from so many people. It's like, if I brought in like 10 mil a year, I could live in New York and I could really enjoy it, but anything less
Wow.
than that, it's
I'm
not.
going to have some people who are going to be like, 10 mil a year? What the fuck?
But that's nothing, you know? New York is so expensive. I also hate people. So like in New York,
I was just gonna say, like,
having to do
you
the
just
subway
hate
all the
people?
time.
Yeah.
I want a driver if I'm living in New York.
You know what? I actually really like public transportation.
I do not.
Really?
I'm such a scaredy cat though. Like
I mean, that does make sense.
I could do daytime subway,
I'm
but
such a large man.
exactly, we live very different lives, you and I.
Really do. Like I can walk. I'll walk. Like I rarely like legitimately feel.
Scared.
Yeah,
I feel scared
like-
every day. I was like happy I ran into you in the daytime parking lot next
That's the
door. I
privilege
was like,
of
yay.
being this big. You know,
It's true.
I get it.
At least you know it. I thank you for acknowledging your privilege as a large man.
Oh my God! Of course, I recognized it when like I was with some like girlfriends and they were like, and we were just walking somewhere. And they're like, let's not go this way. And I was like, wow, why? This is the fastest way. And they're like,
Yeah.
is it through an alley? I'm like, exactly. This is the fastest way. They're like,
Yeah, I don't do that either. I didn't park in a garage on the other side of the block because I looked and I was like, I'd have to take the alley to get there, and I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. I just don't. I'm not scared. But you know what? I think one of the main reasons I recognize that privilege is because when I got in my motorcycle accident, there was a time when I couldn't walk, and during that time, I like was on crutches and stuff, and I definitely felt like I couldn't defend myself, you know. And that was kind of like a eye-opening thing for me. I'm like, oh, is this how women feel? Is that how ladies feel?
Yeah, but no one's
to
gonna
feel defense.
No one's gonna sexually assault you in a wheelchair, probably.
Yeah, but like it wasn't.
But it's a peek into. I understand.
It's not. Yeah, it wasn't like I understand the sexual assault thing. Although you know, I don't know.
I got Craig with that one. It's like sexual assault, hilarious.
What I mean is like. Craig's like, I'm not sure. Don't worry, Craig. We can't even see you, so you're not gonna get canceled. I am. It was more so just like if someone came up to me and like tried to steal my wallet or something,
Right.
like I couldn't do anything about that. So, you know, you ladies have it rough.
We do.
Okay, so you're going to Texas where it's safer, and that's what I got.
I'm getting a gun.
You're getting a gun. Are you?
Eventually, for sure. This year was my first time shooting guns.
How was that?
And then, well, now I want one, so if that tells you how it was.
Okay, so you'll fit right in.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, what kind of gun did you shoot?
The first time I went like clay shooting, and it was a 17 gauge shotgun. And then I went to like a range and I shot a 9mm and then an AR-15.
Wow, the way you said 9mm, you're really going to fit into Texas.
I've been practicing. I've been practicing.
Yeah, you were just like, you didn't say, I think it was a 9mm. You were like, it was a 9mm semi-automatic. I'm kidding, it probably wasn't semi-automatic.
Oh, no, but the AR was.
That's awesome. I've shot a couple guns. I was actually pretty good at it.
Yeah, same.
I really
For a first timer, I was like, look at me go.
Greg was like, I shot a special last year.
Yep.
Hey, that's a tattoo gun.
No. It's a tattoo machine.
Oh, they don't call them tattoo guns?
They do not. And you will get corrected at a tattoo shop if you say tattoo gun. Because who do you think you are? It's not a gun.
Was it ever called a tattoo gun? Like, where did I get that?
I think a lot of people say tattoo gun like incorrectly.
Is that because, is it a piercing gun when you get a piercing? Like
Is it?
Like it clears?
I don't have a piercing.
Oh.
Is that what they say? Do they?
Is it called like a piercing gun?
Do they tell the little 5-year-old girls,
Yeah.
have a seat, sweetheart. We're going to take this gun to your ear.
Well, that's what I wonder. Like, where did I get it, or where do other people get it?
I think, I don't know, because that is a common thing, and like
Right.
tattooers will always be like, no, it's a tattoo machine, because anytime someone's a part of a cult, which you'd know a lot about, they always want to correct people on terminology.
What else are like elitist things that tattoo artists might say? Or corrections that they might make that they get like snooty about?
Let's see. Oh, like sometimes like Ink Master popularized this idea of a human canvas.
Uh-huh.
And tattooers are always like, it's not a canvas, it's a person. It's
Okay.
a client.
I like that.
I'll say this. One of my favorite, do you watch Ink Masters at all?
I've seen clips.
One of the things that I think is so funny about that show is like tattooing's like a very like macho kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, as you would imagine, there's a lot of men and it's kind of a boys club sometimes. And it's very like, it can be kind of aggressive because a lot of people who get into tattooing get into it because they don't really have like a ton of other options. And it's a decent way to make money if you like get good at using this machine.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Wow, she's so pretty.
She is pretty. That's right, she is. But it's so funny in Ink Masters when they're like they get kind of like macho with each other. And they're like, I could draw you under the table, bro. like they're really like intense. But it's about drawing.
Well, it's also a competition.
It is. It's a competition, but it's like it's funny when they get like, bro, you don't even know how to like draw a line, bro. Did you see your color last time? Terrible. Like, it's just so funny to see like a bunch of grown men like shitting on each other's drawing skills.
So funny.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Starting to come together.
Oh, I saw another good metal band at the Intuit Dome.
Yeah? Which one?
Bring Me the Horizon.
I was literally just about to say that. That's the only other one I know.
Oh, funny. Yeah, well, they're huge.
What?
And I saw them like,
yes. I was trying to remember what's the one song I know by Bring Me the Horizon. This is the second time too. Last time I was when I had Jared here, I accidentally made the mistake of calling the Last Airbender anime, and he was like, "Yo." It's so funny because in the podcast, like in the episode, you could see when I refer to it as anime, my editor cut to Jared and he was like, "Look, I gotta say something." Like he was like looking around to make sure. He's like, "Is there anyone else in this room who can validate that he just fucked up?"
And
he was like, "Look, your comments, like I'm just saying, like it's cool. Like I don't really mind, but just for the comments, I gotta tell you that it's technically not anime." And he just kept saying like for the comments, and I'm like
he's gonna go on and comment later.
No, like I guess like the Airbender people. He's like, look, I'm part of an Airbender Reddit, and even those people, man, they would get on you about that stuff.
Do you only tattoo people in cults?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Yes, I do branding. That's my. But also, kind of just admitted that you're in a cult.
It's fine. I'm happy to be in the Sleep Token cult. It's the best cult. Everyone's so friendly. Can I tell you this?
No.
So when I went to go see them, and I saw them and Bring Me the Horizon, it was like back-to-back weekends. So it was just like the dopamine detox that I had to go through after like seeing both of them and then having like no other concerts. That was tough, but I digress. So their show had been like sold out, and so I bought tickets later, like right before the show, secondhand or however you call it. It was through Access, like this legit ticket company. And then we get to the venue, and there's like thousands of us that have these tickets that we bought elsewhere from like third-party merchants. And they're not letting any of us in because none of us have a ticket with our own name on it. It's like the name of the original person that transferred the ticket. And everyone's like having a panic attack outside the venue, right? Because everyone
they spent
paid.
The money.
We spent so much, like, I don't even want to talk about what my ticket cost. And there were so many people that I talked to whose tickets cost even more than mine. And eventually, like, I'm making friends with these people in line because it's such like a familial thing. Like when you find other Sleep Token fans, you just like cling to each other.
Yeah,
it's
so
thousands
crazy
of
when
us,
you find other Sleep Token fans at a Sleep Token concert. You know, it's like, whoa, what are you doing here?
But I like almost never see Sleep Token fans in the wild, and I'm like, how are they selling out arenas? And I freaked out at Chipotle recently because I saw a guy in a Take Me Back to Eden shirt, and I was like, what? And that's how rarely it happens.
And now you're engaged.
And now we're engaged. And I did wear this shirt like at the airport, and I got asked by TSA if I went to the show, and I was like, yeah. And I was like so thrilled to find other people. But anyway, at one point, I'm like linking hands with these two girls, and they're like super dressed up. And they're like, look, everybody's mobbing this entrance. Like, they're letting us all in. And we link arms and you just see like 1,000 people running towards the entrance. And I thought we were like January 6th thing, like the crypto arena.
Oh my God.
I was like, we're going in. And that's how I got in.
Did you get in?
Yeah, they just kind of, I think the band made a call and they were like, just let everybody in because thousands of us were not getting let in with these third-party tickets. And then they just made a call. They were like, you got to let these people in.
Oh my God.
And we were running.
I
Everybody
love
was
that you
running.
guys like Area 51 stormed it.
We did. We stormed the crypto arena.
But also when you said like, so we linked hands, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was just I met these girls and we just like linked arms and ran together.
I think I just have a generally different idea of what metal concerts look like because
They're so
imagine,
friendly.
I don't imagine anyone linking hands.
Uh-huh.
I just always think that like that's where you go to like fight people in the crowd.
Maybe some people, but I always make friends. Like when I went to go see Bring Me the Horizon, I had terrible seats. And this guy and this
Seats? Do they do venues where there's like seating?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had seats at every show that I've gone to.
I always
for
thought
the
that it
pit.
was just like you just go into a big dark room and like you know like all of you go in and like 75% of you come out and that's a metal concert. Like I can't imagine everyone just like sitting in a nice
Yeah.
theater with a little glass of wine.
At a smaller venue, sure.
Take me down
Yeah.
my hall.
Definitely at a smaller venue where it's just the pit. And there's still pits at all these shows, but like the pit is more expensive and I don't want to be in there. Like I want to sit down. And so
Well, yeah, of course you don't want to be in there.
yeah, I'm not trying to get like hit in the head or anything. Like I did that stuff when I was in high school.
You're nervous to walk through an alley.
Exactly.
I would definitely
Yeah, I don't
be
want to walk through a
concerned.
pit. They call it like a wall of death sometimes when it's like that's the type of dancing they're doing. And I'm like, no, I'll just be in the seats. That's
I
fine.
don't want wall of dance.
I don't want to do that.
No wall of dance.
No wall of death.
Wall of happy.
Oh, but anyway, I had like a terrible, terrible seat at Bring Me. And this guy saw me sitting by myself and he was like, hey, the person I was going to come with didn't come. Like, come sit in this better seat. And then I just like made friends and like got
Stranger
to study.
danger.
Yeah, but at those
kidding.
shows, it just doesn't feel like it. I've made friends at like every show I've gone to because I'm normally going by myself. So I don't have any friends that like my music.
What is that like, honestly? Like, I feel like that would
It
actually
sucks.
be really tough.
Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not going to like miss a show just because no one's going to go with me.
I'm like, as I've been doing this more and more, I've been
Mm-hmm.
learning more about like what I can and can't get done.
Yeah.
That's one of the tougher things about tattooing is like, you know, you're kind of charging. A lot of times people want to like, well, about how long does it take? And how long will this tattoo take? And you kind of charge them based on how long you think it'll take you to do.
Right.
But like, I don't always know that, you know, like I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as you tattoo more, you get better at like recognizing that kind, like those things about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
you understand like, okay, this will take me exactly this long.
But you don't know because there's other factors because it's a person. Like, what if I needed a break or I was like, you know.
Well, and skin type too. Like
Mm-hmm.
some skin doesn't take the ink as well, so I have to go over it more times, you know, like
Now that you've been working on me, what do you have to say about my skin type?
awesome.
Yay.
It's,
I like flattery.
I was going to say it's tight, which I know that doesn't sound good, but like for a tattooer, it's nice because like looser skin is harder to tattoo.
Yeah, of course.
That's why you have to like stretch it. Mm-hmm. What kind of questions do you have about tattooing? You know, I never asked that. I feel like let me answer some tattoo questions for you. I don't know. I mean, I only know what I know from the time I've been tattooing, which isn't that long. But do you have any questions about tattooing that I can?
What would you consider your style?
It's a great question. It's a great question because it's kind of like in stand-up. Like if I said, what is your style of stand-up? You'd
Right.
be like, funny? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I hate that question for stand-up, but for
It's
tattooing,
hard.
it's a legitimate question because people actually have like style categories of tattoos that
That's
they
true.
normally do.
Yeah, that's true. Because because it's a taste thing, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you usually answer the stand-up question? Like if someone goes, what's your like what kind of stand-up do you do? What do you usually say?
I will typically say I talk about myself and I tend to lean towards like shorter jokes. I'm not fully a one-line comic, but that's more like I write in one line and then I kind of try to string things together. Because some people are storytellers or some people are like, oh, I do political jokes or I do topical jokes. Like I don't. I will once in a while, but I try not to.
You're
I'm
more
not
of,
like inspired by writing about things that are about things other than me. That was like the worst way I could have said
No,
that.
I love
but
that. I don't find anything outside of myself all that funny.
Yeah.
So, okay. So to answer your question about tattooing style, I would say that my style is largely influenced by like ability for now, because things like realism are just really hard to execute. Like it's just like you just have to be really good at using the tattoo machine.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better and better. Like every tattoo I do is better than the one before in a lot of different ways. Just because I'm like getting more and more into like the control of it, and like, you know, everyone's skin is different. Even your skin on your arm is different than your skin on your like calf.
Sure.
All of that plays a factor. So this style that I'm tattooing here, this style I'm probably the most comfortable with because there's no shading. Shading takes a good amount of time, and it's very precision based, and I'm actually pretty good at that. So I would say my style is probably like black work illustrative,
Yeah.
because that's the style that I started tattooing when I like was really not good at all. And since then I've just like, because this is the other thing about tattooing is when you start tattooing, no one trusts you, right?
Of course.
And like, I wouldn't either. Like I've never, like the only people that trust you are like what you said earlier, the people who have a gazillion tattoos and they're just like, fuck it, slap it on me.
Yeah.
And then, so you kind of have to find a bunch of people like that at the beginning that will just let you do whatever. So at the beginning, the people that I got were down for me to try this style. And so I did this. Now I'm starting to expand out of this a little bit and do more like, I still haven't done a lot of color. I'm still not super, I don't know, I just haven't tried it. There's like a whole nother subset of things to know about color. But I am definitely branching out into like some realism, you know, like some more shading and stuff. But that's probably what I would say.
Would you want to like eventually tackle portraits and stuff?
You know, not really, honestly, not so much. And here's why. I've always thought about this from a perspective of like, I got into tattooing because I love the artwork of it. And I like tactile things, like working with my hands. But realism portraits just take so much practice, years and years of dedicated practice.
Yeah.
That I just don't know if I'll ever, I mean, maybe, you know, like maybe someday, but my goal isn't to become the best tattooer in the world, because in order to do that, I would have to treat this the way I treat comedy.
Yeah.
And I treat comedy very differently than I treat tattooing, but they require similar sort of like determination, you know? So like comedy, I've spent most of my life learning the foundation, the building blocks of it, so that I could create things that have never existed before in comedy. In tattooing, I just don't know if I have that same kind of motivation. Maybe. I mean, I definitely like love to experiment, and I like to try doing stuff that I've never seen. And one of the reasons I think I excel as a tattoo artist is because I tattoo not like, you know, like my imagery and my designs aren't like other tattoo artists, because I approach it from like a performer.
Yeah.
You know, like I've made funny tattoos, you know, and people are like, that's not a common thing to do. But because that's where I'm coming from, and that's actually something I believe in quite a bit, is that I think that it's really good for people who are artists to try other like mediums. I think it's really good for people who are comedians to go and try dance or something.
Oh, I love that.
Or anything else, because I think that there's something that you bring to the new thing from your old thing that anyone who's been dancing their whole lives has never considered. You know, and I think that that's what I bring to tattooing, is I bring like a perspective of like whimsy and like storytelling to my tattoos that I think, like remember when we were talking about this tattoo and I was trying to figure out how to do it, I think an average tattoo artist would have just given you exactly what you want, because in the end, a tattoo artist, tattooing is a service industry. You want a thing, and I do that thing for you. It's like a commission. But I don't see it that way. For me, it's like it's got to be an artistic expression somehow, because that's like how I approach all art.
Yeah. But this style, that's the thing. Like, the reason I agreed to it was because stylistically, this matches up with what I like in tattoos anyways.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're
When I
always
looked
gonna
at your
have people-
Pinterest board, I was like,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, Galina, this is what I like. I did it in that accent, too. I was like, yes, Galina, this is what I like.
Because I have tattoos that are like old, where I'm like, I would never do this now as an adult. I wouldn't get this again.
Well, that's classic. Tell me one that you're like,
I have a
what the
pretty
fuck?
big side piece that's like very American traditional, and it's got color in it, and like,
How can you have a side piece if you're single?
haha.
Got him. I got him so good, everybody. Why don't we just end the podcast episode? I think we did what we needed to do here today. Okay, tell me more about your side piece.
Well, it's a hammer and sickle covered in flowers.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So it's very shaded, and it's like green and red, and it's these big traditional shapes and thick lines. And at the time, it was because it was like that tattoo artist's thing, and I wanted to go to him. I had a lot of friends that had gotten
that
pieces by
tattoo
him.
artist specializes in hammer and sickle tattoos?
No, but like American traditional.
Oh, okay. I actually love American traditional. When I started tattooing, that was what I wanted to get. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted my specialty to be.
I feel like your arm piece looks more like that style.
Like that's on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love American traditional tattoos. Like I have a lot of American traditional tattoos.
Yeah.
But the thing about American traditional is that despite how like simple it looks and is, like, because when I started drawing tattoos, I started drawing American traditional because I thought like, well, these are just very simple illustrations, right? Like it's usually bold lines, not too much stuff. The shading is pretty bare minimum, right? The thing is, though, is that drawing American traditional is so hard.
Is it?
Yes,
That's counterintuitive.
Because it's so simple.
So
Because
it has to be perfect.
Yes, there's such a world to it, and there's such a way to do it that like some of the most like simple looking tattoos are actually the hardest to execute, and it's the same actually with tiny tattoos.
Yeah.
You would think like, oh, small tattoo, that's got to be easier because it's small. No way.
No.
No, smaller tattoos
They're
are
all
actually
precision-based.
way harder because there's like nowhere to hide. And like, as much as I hate to admit it, and I've admitted this on past episodes, like tattooing isn't a perfect art in the sense that like the image is never like, I mean, it could be, I guess, perfectly rendered like the way that you see it on a printer, but I don't know. That's not badass. That's not metal.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking sticker, you know? You want it to have some humanity to it.
Well, it's going to
Otherwise,
look a
it's
certain
AI.
way with the skin and with the shape of the
And
body part.
just the way that I do it and the way
Yeah.
that like, and you know what? Like, there's probably going to be some like parts that aren't exactly the way that they are in the stencil. And that's not because I fucked up. It's just because like, as I'm doing it, I have to make decisions about certain things.
Of course.
Like, for example, I've already made a decision on the eyes that, like, you see how we had, like, dots here? And here I just did lines because those dots are so tiny, it literally would not have worked. And so that's and I didn't ask you about that. I just did
That's
it.
okay. Which, you mean on like the actual
Right
butterfly?
below the eye, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still going to do the dots on the bottom wing because I have more space for them. But here, I just went for lines because I think the lines just look more bold.
Yeah.
And it's so small that it wouldn't look good if I did the dots because it would just be like,
It might fall off.
yeah. I think the
Oh, I
lines
see
would-
what you mean. Those lines. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's dots on there, but I'm just not doing that. And it still looks good, but it's different than the initial design that we came up with. And that's a decision I had to make on the fly because I was like, it's not going to look good. And that's another thing too, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast as well, is like there's a way to draw for tattoos that you also have to learn how to do. Because like you can't just draw whatever. You have to draw a design that looks good as a tattoo.
Right.
And I think sometimes people will just draw like something that they think looks cool, and they don't consider the fact that that won't translate well to ink on skin. And I've even made tattoos like that. And I won't mention them because if they listen to this podcast, I don't want them to be like, oh, it's my tattoo. There's definitely tattoos that I've done that I'm not as happy with now. I stand by all of them.
But you're learning and growing.
Yeah.
Got to start
And
somewhere.
I will say though, like I definitely lose sleep over it. I'm serious. Like if I do a bad tattoo, I feel like shit for so long. And it's hard sometimes to get out of it because I can't help but recognize the fact that like that's forever for that
Well, here's a
person.
question for you. Has anyone been mad at you?
No.
Oh, good. Well, there you go.
No. There's some people that I thought were going to be and then weren't, and I was just thrilled. I was thrilled about that. Like and that's the other thing I always think about too is like you can't really see it, but other people like really watch the process like a hawk. And having a person just like staring down the barrel of what you're doing is terrifying sometimes.
So since you did some time overseas, do people in London or in England want different tattoos than people here?
Well, the place that I tattoo in London, which, by the way, shout out to Portobello Tattoo. In the place that I work in London is it's in like Notting Hill, so it's just like a really touristy kind of market. And so most of the tattoos I've done in London have been for a lot of tourists. So it's not like it's hard to tell if like the UK has different taste necessarily because the people I've usually tattooed there have been
Not from there.
not from there. But it's cool because like I've now tattooed people in like Dubai and like Australia, like just tons of very like
Crazy.
Prague and Hungary. Like
Yeah.
a bunch of my tattoos are just like walking
All over
around
the world.
Dubai. Yeah.
That's so fun. Sleep Token's British. Bringing it back.
All right. All roads lead to Sleep Token. What do you think?
I love her.
Doesn't she look great?
She's so fun.
Yeah. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Hear that, Craig? I'm happy. I know. Not for long, but I'm happy.
Did you do any dots? I can't tell.
Not yet. I'm going to do the dots in
Oh,
the
yeah,
bottom
that
wing, but
makes sense.
I'm still. I wanted to give myself the space to do them, and I also want to do a couple of other little things.
Oh, I'll ask you a technical question. Why is it that these tattoos always like look green after a while? Like my finger is quite green.
Good question. Okay, so do you know like approximately how the process of tattooing like works? Like what happens physiologically?
Not really.
Okay, so what's happening is I'm injecting ink into like I'm going about 2 millimeters deep into your skin. So not deep enough where it gets to like that the inner layer of your epidermis or your dermis, I suppose. This is your epidermis. And so what happens is it goes into your skin, and then your body tries to take it apart. It tries to disassemble it. It wants to metabolize it
Sure.
because it's a foreign body technically. And so the greenish is just the way that it's like what remains after your body has done whatever it can do to take away as much of the pigment as possible. And of course, like the sun impacts it, right? Because like if you've
Because
seen,
there's still that thin layer of skin that
yeah,
can be a
yeah,
different
which
color.
right. And like when your skin peels from the sun, the tattoo ink is not going to come out because it's deeper than that. But the sun damage still affects it. So that's why it's so important to always put sunscreen on your tattoos. Because the sun is actively
Yeah.
damaging the thing that you spent a bunch of money on.
That makes sense.
But as far as like the specific green tone, I'm not sure actually. It's a good question. I should look that up. Because I know what you mean. Like this tattoo is like a little like
Yeah, they're all
bluish.
just a little.
Well, the other thing too is that there's also like different inks.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't like a standardized thing. It's not like there's only one kind of ink. There's like different brands, and each brand has their own thing.
Ooh, that line was spicy. That was the first one that I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah, because I went deep. I pushed it all the way into your dermis. I'm kidding. See, I feel like if anyone's going to get at me on the comments about anything, it's going to be the tattoo artists. I think down the road, if I ever get haters, it's not going to be comedians. It's going to be tattoo artists. Because they're going to be like, your machine's not perfectly wrapped, and why are you tattooing in a random space?
Do you want to know the answer about the ink?
Oh, yes.
Tattoos, especially black ones, turn green over time because black ink often contains dark blue or green pigments that break down. Oh. And the body's immune system processes ink particles, revealing underlying hues and thinning in the ink layer. That's why.
So what you're saying
similar
is
to what you were saying. Yeah.
I was right.
You know what's interesting? There's this kind of, you know how people sometimes don't know why they're attracted to what they're attracted to, and it's some kind of like evolutionary biology working, like over time. So the reason people will be attracted to, or like especially women will be attracted to men that are heavily tattooed, is because there's some kind of signal going on in your lizard brain that goes, oh, he must have a really good immune system because he has all these tattoos, so he handled all these infections.
Do you think that's what it is?
It is. No, I know it is.
Oh, that's like documented?
Yeah.
Do you feel this way?
I do.
You're like, that guy's got a real strong immune system.
Not because I've thought about it, but because I've noticed my attraction to like heavily tattooed guys a lot.
You're also in the metal community. I think that goes with the territory. Well, okay. So here's my take on it, though. I don't know. I wonder if it's a mixture of things, though, because there's a couple of other things that tattoos signal. I think another
that
thing.
You're a badass.
Yes. I think the tattoos signal a couple things that are favorable for mating. I think tattoos signal...
You're chill as fuck.
Yes. Your confidence, right? Like it takes some confidence to get a tattoo, and it takes confidence to like settle on a design and be okay with the permanence of that design, right? That's one thing. I think it also shows that you probably have some money because tattoos are expensive, and that's like a well-known thing. So that's another thing that is probably favorable. I think it showcases your like kind of warrior like pain tolerance thing, which
That's
I think is
definitely part of
also
it.
very masculine.
Yeah.
You know, like I can handle pain. So I think there's a lot of things that tattoos symbolize, but there's certainly like. But it's interesting how cultural that is, because that's not the case for, I'm sure your very sweet Russian Jewish mother does not have a similar attraction to men
Right. Yeah,
with
definitely not.
heavy tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's like, it is disgusting.
Probably. Well, I don't think she thinks it's disgusting just because I like have. She's.
Oh, my parents think
Been
it's
forced to
disgusting, and
think
I
it
have
differently.
many tattoos. Grisha, this is good. This is disgusting. You're a beautiful boy. You do not need this disgusting junk. What are you, criminal?
I do
And
think
I'm
that
like,
it's so funny.
I'm criminally sexy, maybe, if that's what you're asking. I'm so sexy that it's criminal.
It is part of it, like he's a bad boy if he's like covered in tattoos. There's that appeal.
Yeah, but like, okay, so why are women attracted to men who ride motorcycles? What does that telegraph?
That you don't need to commit to him that hard, because if he rides a motorcycle, he's
He'll
probably not going to
probably
be around
die.
for a very long time. Lessens the commitment level.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny that's like what you're thinking about. You're like,
That's what I think about, because I hate motorcycles, and I actually wouldn't date someone with a motorcycle.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't want to have to worry about him like being fucking roadkill.
Yeah. Well, as someone who's had a motorcycle and
has been in an accident, just like
almost
every other
became
person I know
roadkill,
who's
yeah.
been in who's had a motorcycle.
See now your Soviet
Yeah.
Jewish roots are starting to
That's
show.
right. I'm
Now I see-
anti-motorcycle.
Yeah, anti-motorcycle. Well, okay, but you could be anti-motorcycle logistically. But, deep down you're like, that's pretty hot. Right? No? Not
Just
even?
with motorcycles specific, they're so loud, and Monty hates them. My dog.
I mean, if the son doesn't like them.
That's
then
right. If
your
my dog
son-
doesn't like it, I don't like it.
I get it. I understand. What's so funny is we probably could have been done with this tattoo a while ago, but I'm just over here being a perfectionist.
Oh, it's okay.
Hurting you for no reason.
It actually I thought it would hurt at least a little, and only that one line felt kind of juicy, and the rest had been pretty tame.
Juicy. I like that. The juicy line. All right, I'm going to do your dots.
Yay.
But I think I'm going to do, instead of the 3, I think I had 3 and then the little drop. I'm going to do 2 and then the drop because we just don't have space.
Yeah.
You
I
hear
can
that,
make some
Craig? Just 2.
concessions, because my arm is so little.
It
But I'm
is-
going to come back here with jacked forearms. You watch. Once I spend some time in Austin, my forearms are going to get big. From all the barbecue, all that protein. All that fighting the libs.
Those goddamn libs.
All that snapping their their protest posters.
It's so funny.
I think this clip is going to do well.
Don't post it till after I do Rogan.
Especially my really powerful reaction. Just me. That's funny. I always have to that's the one thing about doing this show after 7 episodes I've realized is while I'm talking to you, I'm trying to time the conversation in such a way that I ask you the questions that I need you to talk the most for. Right when I'm about to do a big detail that I can't talk. I'm really angling here.
Yeah, that's good. That's that's a comedic thing too, of teeing something up because you know it's going to get a big laugh, so you have time to take a sip of water or something. Yep.
Classic. Have you headlined? Have you done an hour?
Very few times.
Do you like
I
it?
think I do, yeah, and it always goes by a lot faster than I think it will, and obviously my goal is to do way more of that and actually build out an hour.
Yeah. I actually really, really, really prefer doing longer time. I think a lot of it's honestly, I commend you because I don't know how you remember when you write short the way you do. I don't know, how do you remember your jokes?
I have a set list that I have to take with me, and I usually don't have to look at it, but I need it like a security blanket. I need to know that it's in my pocket or on the stool.
But okay, so if you're doing a 10-minute set, how many jokes do you think you're putting in 10 minutes?
These days, probably 4 or 5.
Into 10 minutes? 4 or 5 jokes?
Yeah, because I do have chunks. Even though it's one-linery, I'll have a joke that's, about getting a mammogram where, that joke is 2 to 3 minutes long, but it has a bunch of, it's made up of smaller jokes. But because it'll be, a section, and I know what that section is, it helps me,
So you don't have to
with the
list
flow.
each joke within...
Yeah, I don't have to
the
list the
chunk?
jokes within. I just know what it is because it's within this mammogram joke that's a couple minutes, I have these jokes, and I just know how it goes.
Yeah. I always forget on this podcast that I am inflicting pain on you. I'm so focused on the fact that we're chatting that I forget that oh yeah, by the way, this is.
But it's not this hasn't been painful at all, really.
Yeah, but
I
it's
had not high hopes, but I had high expectations that this would be pretty uncomfortable and that I would have to brace myself.
That'd probably make it more
haven't had to.
interesting. Probably
Yeah.
make it more funny, because okay, here's a dark secret about me. I've never seen a single episode of Hot Ones. I'm just gonna say it,
Yeah,
and you guys can feel how you feel about that.
I've never watched a full episode either. I've seen clips.
Fuck yeah.
I don't like watching podcasts.
Same.
Which I feel is unusual for this day and age because everyone's oh, YouTube. And for my show, I get the most streams on YouTube. And yet I'm why do I have to do this? This pisses me off. Why can't this just be audio only?
I literally don't listen to a single podcast, and I feel like I should because I'm in this space. Mm-hmm. I'm literally on one right now that I make.
I listen to podcasts like if I'm folding laundry or if I'm like in the car. Yeah. I do audiobooks too, but there's like a couple podcasts that I've been listening to for lots of years, and those are the ones I stay up on.
I'm honestly overwhelmed by it all. Like, I'm overwhelmed by how much there is, and I feel like I want to listen to them all, but I'm scared to start because I'm kind of a completionist. So, like, the idea of starting a podcast that already has 100 episodes and I'm just jumping in. But you don't have
to listen back when it's, like, interview style and each episode is standalone.
Yeah, but sometimes they reference things. They'll, like, reference stuff. And
that is overwhelming.
And I just, like, want to know what they're referencing.
Yeah.
Like, I stopped watching. I used to love watching Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Yeah. And I watched so much of it. But then during the pandemic, things got a little sad. Mm-hmm. And so I stopped watching it for a little. And he's very self-referential. Like, he always refers to, like, various pranks he did and then how they've panned out and stuff. And now I'm so far behind, I haven't watched it.
I think you can still enjoy shows like that and just miss a couple inside jokes.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The shows, like... There's 2 podcasts that I like listen to every single episode.
Yeah, what are your recs? Give us some podcast recs. We're going to do some free plugging for these people on my podcast.
I always listen to My Favorite Murder.
My Favorite Murder?
Yes.
You guys hear that?
That's my OG, like, first podcast that I started listening to regularly. I don't think I've ever missed an episode.
Oh, you're a true crime girly?
I'm a true crime girly. It's fun because they're, like, one of them is a stand-up comedian. The other one just, like, is kind of comedy adjacent. So it's fun.
Craig, you're a true crime girly, right, Craig?
No. He's like, don't you put me in that category. And then I also listen to Tuesdays with Stories all the time, which is...
Your what hurts?
Tuesdays with Stories. It's 2 comics out of New York. It's Mark Norman and Joe List.
Oh.
And they just talk about, like,
Jews.
Their travel stuff. No, neither of them are Jews.
Norman's Jew, isn't he?
No. He would pass.
Oh, I thought
he would pass.
A Jew.
No, I don't think so.
I thought he was one of us. One of us.
And then those are the only ones that I listen to all the time. I occasionally listen to Sword and Scale, but it's, like, really dark and really fucked up. It's true crime, but it's, like, done very documentary style where it includes phone calls and interviews and stuff. It's just heavy, so a lot of times I'm not in the mood for it. And then, like, I mean, once in a while I'll listen to, like, some interview style show, but usually I don't bother with those. I feel like because my show is interview style, I'm like, why am I going to listen to this person talk to a neuroscientist when I'm going to talk to one next week? And I just, like, say that. And I know that's, like, pretty egotistical.
No, it's not. That makes sense.
But it's like, if I want to hear a certain type of podcast episode, I'll just make it.
Yeah, I'll make it.
I'll just go talk to this professional bodybuilder. Or I'll just go talk to this.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
You know, sex crime detective.
That actually makes a ton of sense because, like, my girlfriend is always like that, too. She's like, if I'm going to go out and get food, like, if I'm going to go out and get something to eat, I want to go get something that I can't make.
Right.
Like, I can make a great bowl of pasta.
Yeah.
Like... But I can't make some of these other things. Dude, I think we're done. Like,
it's beautiful.
I actually really love it.
Yeah.
Okay, one tiny little thing and then we're done. That's going to become, like, eventually when this podcast is really successful, clock it, Craig. It's going to be successful. Eventually when this podcast is super successful, I'm sure people are going to eventually make, like, a super cut of every time I've said, okay, I think we're done. And then, like, okay, one more thing. Someone is going to do that super cut. And it'll be very deserved because I always do that. I'm always like, okay, we're so done. Oh my God, take a look at it. And then I'm like, okay, but let me, like, ruin it real quick. Let me add one more thing that will 100% ruin this tattoo.
I can't wait to post my offering in the Sleep Token Facebook group.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting. You know? Oh my God, I'm, like, kind of thirsty. I'm almost just
a little squirt.
Okay. I used to watch a lot of true crime, but honestly, it kind of made me nervous because, like, it makes me really nervous that my partner might die.
At your hands?
No, she might die, and then I'm gonna be the primary suspect.
You're laughing. Well, that's why, because I was gonna say it's like the partner 50% of the time.
Usually, it's the partner. And so like,
You're certainly the first suspect always.
yeah.
Well,
And if
listen,
I
I know this relationship. He'd be the one that's dead.
that's true. That's very true. I don't document my day enough that I'm nervous that like, where were you at this time? And it's like,
So that's why you're using the glasses?
Yeah,
All to say.
yeah, because the metadata, you know. So if my partner like winds up dead, God forbid,
At the hands of someone else.
someone else, definitely not me, I would never.
I would be so mad if I dated someone or got married and he killed me. I would haunt the ever-loving
be
shit
dead.
out of him. I would make sure that I could come back to haunt him.
Well-
If I got to whatever higher power is beyond this and they were like, you can either go to heaven or you can haunt.
Every time.
All day, every day.
time, all day.
None of your cabinets would ever be closed ever fucking again.
I love that even though you're gonna haunt them, you would be like a poltergeist. Like you wouldn't be a scary spirit. You'd just be
No,
like,
I would be. Because I would for sure end up with someone type A.
You'd
And
be
so
like a
I would
shitty
like
cat.
ruin
Yeah,
everything.
you'd be
I would
like-
just move things.
just knock glasses off the counter. Annoying.
That's how I want to haunt.
I can feel that. You have real shitty cat haunt energy.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we're actually done this time. I am obsessed with this tattoo.
Me
I think the
too.
placement was amazing.
And if you kept going, it would actually start to hurt. So it
You were
got to
ready.
that point where I'm like, okay, now
You
I'm
were
getting
ready.
a little sore.
No,
Yeah.
let's be done. No, I
Yeah.
mean like your skin, like it didn't even. It's not like really like red. It's
I
not really
know.
irritated. It's
Yeah,
not
not really.
raised. What do you think? Do you love her?
I love her.
Does she have a name? Did we ever discuss this?
Eden.
Eden. Oh my God! Yeah, that
I might
totally
like the
works.
song.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, good job for sticking around for season 1. This is the finale. Galina, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like your fucking butterfly.
I love it.
I hope you fucking come back for season 2. I don't know when I'm going to shoot it, but you better fucking be there when I do. And make sure that you clean out your ears, not with Q-tips.
That's your sign off?
Yeah.
Love it.